Hi everyone, so it's a new week of food. I've decided that I'm not going to film every single meal that I eat because I have a lot of repetitive meals. So what I'm going to do instead is just film new ones, or if there's like a new version of it, I will just be filming that because, I don't know, you don't need to see everything. So here is to part 3 of what I eat in a week. So this is a Burmese dish. It's called SHAN, and that pretty much means SHAN noodles, and it's from an ethnic group in Burma, which I think I showed in the last video as well. But it's just a tomato base with chicken, peanut. We usually add pork rinds, but my mom didn't buy any for this time. And then there's also vermicelli noodles. And then afterwards, I wanted to have some dessert, so I got a cookie from McDonald's that I just heated up, and this probiotic drink, which is, I think it's normally known as YAKULT, which is the brand, but it's a probiotic yogurt drink. And afterwards, I think this was dinner for that day, I don't remember, but I had leftover gnocchi from when I went to eat out with my sister. So what I'm doing here is just using some vegetable broth to steam up some spinach because I wanted more flavor, but I didn't want to add just water. So my spinach from a bunch wilted to nothing. And then this is I think bologna gnocchi, and I'm just heating it up in my ceramic pot. And I decided to eat this with a glass of wine. I realized that I do like gnocchi. Gnocchi is like this pasta that's like a clump of flour, pretty much. I wish it had a little bit of like a snapback to it, because this one was really like soft and doughy, but that's just my preference. And I don't know what red wine this is. I just have a Wink subscription, which I'll list down below. And then for dessert, I got this tang shui thing again, which has ice cream mango SAGO in ice and white. I think it's just ice and milk. It was very frozen. So next, I made this DIY, or I've been making this DIY at home spicy soup concoction. I'm just washing and splitting up I think bok choy and udon noodles, and I also put in some spam, and the I guess the broth or the soup base that I'm using is this Chongqing soup base. I think you can find this in like other Chinese or Asian supermarkets, but this one is really nice because it's spicy. It doesn't really have that like tingly sensation with like the Sichuan peppercorn, but I do like this kind of spice that it has. And I'm also making a smoothie. I have this smoothie subscription from Revive Superfood, which I'll also list that down below. But the smoothie that I'm using is clean and green. Oh, back to the spiced soup. I also added thinly sliced beef that were frozen, so I just put in that bunch on the top. And I also forgot to add that I added these soybean rolls to it. I like having these like kind of on the side, and then once I'm ready to like actually eat it, I'll dip it into the soup to make it a little bit soggy. This smoothie is also really like lightweight. It only has 3 grams of protein. It's not super heavy because all it has is fruit and veggies in there. And then I am eating this egg stir-fried noodles. And I also, I was going to put sriracha, but then I had kimchi and I thought that would be a lot better. So I did that. And then another Revive Superfood smoothie that I'm having is a matcha maker. This one is also really nice if you just need a detox. The matcha is really good for antioxidants, helps to wake you up a little bit because there's a little bit of caffeine in there. And I also like this one because it tastes a little bit sweeter, surprisingly, even though there's a lot of greens. And my mom made me a ham egg sandwich, and I'm struggling to put on condiments such as mustard and ketchup. And I didn't, ham, egg, and cheese. I forgot there was cheese in there. and I didn't get to film it, but the egg was a little runny, which was amazing. And for some reason, I guess I'm very Americanized and I like having chips with my sandwich. So I wanted to try this Lay's Mexican chicken tomato flavor chips. It was a little sweeter than I expected it. It does have some spice, but I think it's sweet from the tomatoes. Not the best, but it's okay. And then I think this is another day I'm having a crispy fish skin crackers that I got from my local supermarket. It's actually pretty good. It is really crispy, as you can hear from the noise. And I would recommend it if you can find this. And then for dinner, I'm having this pork kimchi asparagus with rice. The pork is just cooking in the air fryer. And then I also had a glass of wine. And this was a pretty simple meal. And then the next day, I have the same egg ham sandwich. This time around, I asked my mom to put in cabbage and I didn't put any condiments. And I also have just oranges because I wanted something citrusy and refreshing. I also don't know why I really wanted to keep this footage because I just thought it looked a lot nicer with the nice lighting and everything. My mom made this, and this is like the national Burmese dish. It's called MOHINGYA, and it's like a fish-based soup. And then my mom fried chickpeas in batter, and then there's also lotus root, and also I asked her to put in some spice, and there's also onions in here. It's not my favorite dish, to be honest, but it tastes good, I guess. Oh, and also an egg. And then I also had bubble tea from Comfort Tea, and it's the milk cap oolong with bubbles. And then I ordered this from my local restaurant near me, but they have GUILIN rice noodles and I missed it so much. So GUILIN rice noodles pretty much just have rice noodles. Sometimes they add meat, like thinly sliced like pork or something, and then they'll add these like green sour pepper or like pickled peppers, and this also has peanut and cilantro, and then they also put in like this clear soup. Some people like it more watery, some people don't really like it too much, but I prefer it more watery. And then I'm making a vegan ramen, and I don't know why I keep using this ceramic pot that literally holds nothing, but I blanched or heated up broccoli and bok choy, and then after I got my noodles finally to be submerged in the water to cook, I'm going to add in the spice and also the dried ingredients. For my protein, I am going to add tofu. This is a firm tofu that I'm just going to cut up into bite-sized cube pieces. And I really like it when the tofu like soaks up the flavor, although I don't think I put in the tofu long enough, and that day I was really craving an egg, as I'm always craving an egg. This egg was a little big, so I was kind of surprised when I had to crack it open. And then I also wanted some kimchi or more like spicy flavoring on the side. I really like kimchi with tofu, so that's what I have. And then I don't think I wanted to eat that much for dinner that day, so I just ended up eating or drinking this revised Superfoods matcha maker. So if you do like this video, remember to just like it, subscribe, and I'll see you all in another one.